Hey, this is Clyde Harris with the College Coaching Network. We actually are now going after college coaching advisors. I've actually done this program on a local level here in Kansas City, and I've actually partnered with the YMCA. I've been working with them for almost 2 years now, and I won the Spirit of Excellence Award by helping over 100 families with college planning. One of the problems that I really notice when it comes to a lot of the advisors that are insurance agents that are out there that are looking to find ways of getting in front of families, I've done it all, and if you don't mind, I just kind of like to share from my heart about maybe 3 or 4 minutes kind of some of the things that I've been through. When I first came in the insurance business, I noticed that I was very hungry. I wanted to work with families. I wanted to make money, just like anyone else wants to take care of their family. And so I started out with Medicare. I went from Medicare to going out to work with senior citizens. And I don't know if you know about an FMO or IMO. Those are kind of like your brokerage houses that hold your license and they allow you to get licensed with various carriers. If you're seasoned in the business, you know what those are. But I got with an IMO or an FMO that actually had me writing business for a lot of the bigger carriers that are out there. My first open enrollment season, which we just now kind of came out of one, was actually I wrote over 210 people that were in Medicare. And so I didn't know anything about the renewals. I was just trying to make money for today. I really wasn't worried too much about tomorrow. I knew renewal money would be there, but I just didn't understand how all that worked out coming out the gate. And so basically I did a lot of families within about a 90-day period. Now the FMO that I was with actually provided the leads, so I didn't have to pay for those leads. And me starting out, I was broke. I didn't have any money, so all I had was hustle. So I did those families, and then what I noticed was they started drying the leads off. They stopped allowing me to go out on as many appointments. They tried to find ways of how they were going to reduce my commissions, and they just tried to starve me out, basically, in a nutshell. And so what I noticed was this was a constant paradigm that this FMO would do. They would use people like myself as a foot soldier, and we would go out there and we would write all this business, and then they would just kind of find a way to weed you out and take your renewals. Well, I went through after I got a little bit more knowledge and found out that those people that I wrote, if I would have stayed with that company, or if those renewals would have been mine at regular comp levels, I would have actually had about $53,000 a year of reoccurring income, and a lot of those families continue to keep their health insurance. So I would have had that coming in from year after year, maybe with a little bit of attrition there. So it really ticked me off, to see that I lost that much money. So I actually left that group and I went to another group, and this group had a similar kind of thing where they gave me leads because I didn't have any money to invest in leads, I should say. And so therefore I did that, and I found out that they were taking 50% of my money, and that went towards my lead cost because I was paying $20 to $25 a lead at that point about maybe 5 years ago. And now the cost is even higher from when I've talked to other people about. But basically, they were very, very uncompetitive. I won't say the name of the company because I don't want to get anybody ticked off. But they were very uncompetitive. And what I noticed was I would write these people. They would advance me commissions, and we'll talk about that quickly. But they would advance me commissions. And then when I got advanced the commissions, what I noticed was that they were actually getting a lot of the business that I wrote replaced by other agents that knew that that product was not competitive. So what was happening was I was losing 50% of my check to lead cost, and then I also had to cover chargebacks out of the other remaining 50% because their product was very uncompetitive. And so over time, I made $17,000, I think $17,000 to $18,000 in gross commission, and then you get used to making that kind of money, and then you start seeing chargebacks happening, and it's a whirlwind. When you hit 6 months, you'll start to experience what we call the opposite of heaven when it comes to chargebacks. But I won't go into that. So then that kind of led my path into, how can I get my own leads? How can I be in control of my own destiny? How can I be a business owner instead of just going and relying on other people to take care of me? So I actually started investing in my own leads, and I just want to share with you real quick some of the things that I did here. I mean, these are some of the leads that I kept. A lot of my leads I actually threw away, but I kept these towards the end. You see, this is I almost hit myself in the eye about. But this shows you a pretty hefty amount of the leads that I have. And I just want to read one of these to you because I'm sure that you've actually bought leads that are kind of like this. So it says supplement your government benefit of $255. And then it has the name of the person there, and then it talks about their senior final expense life insurance program to help them pay for what Social Security doesn't pay for. So if you've ever been in the final expense business, you've seen something like that before. It cost me about $20 to $25 for every last one of these sheets. And so what I noticed was I was spending roughly about $15,000 to $17,000 a year in marketing costs. and I had about a 27 to 30% closing ratio. I'm talking leads to me actually sitting down and getting the application to come in. That was about my ratio. Now you may be better than that. Who am I to say? I don't know. I know that I'm pretty good at being able to influence and talk about pictures and all that stuff when you go in the house. I'm sure you've done that. So I know how to play the game. I know how to make money, and then actually when I went on my own, my best month, I think I did about maybe $20,000 in final expense business, and your average commission is about maybe $600 to maybe $750. So that's us, us doing about maybe 33 apps in a month, so that was pretty much hitting it. So, but what I noticed again with that was you're constantly out here knocking on doors. I've had people do workshops and training, and they say, you never call the people and schedule appointments. And I've had other people say, you schedule the appointments, and then those people you can't reach, then you door knock them. Everybody's got their own mantra. I've done all of it. So whatever works for you, I've tried it, and I've done that. But what I noticed, and I'm going to kind of get to a point here, what I noticed was I was very, very, very ticked off of spending all the time that I was in my car, wearing my car out. I love my car, and I don't want to be putting all those miles in my car. I was told by somebody else to buy a separate car, which I've done that. But spending all my time knocking on doors or going to somebody's house, and then the smoking and they're blowing smoke in your house. I've actually sat in the house and I wrote an application on the husband and wife. I looked in the living room and I saw a cheetah. A cheetah was in their house. I'm talking about wildlife cheetah was in their house. I've had dogs bite my shoes and eat up my shoestrings, and all that kind of stuff. And then, they keep it for 4 or 5 months, and then you look on your report and see that they actually canceled. I was sick and tired of actually talking to people that were in this area, people that were 55, 60 years old that never took the time to get life insurance to protect their family in the event of a death. Do they think they're going to live forever? I was tired of working with those kind of people. So what did I do? I created a system. It's called College Coaching. It's been out there. I'm not the creator of it. I actually just kind of took the best of what everybody else had. I've actually been a member in the College Planning Relief, and I've got my certificate to prove that. I've actually went through the certification with NICCP, which is National Institute of Certified College Planners. I've been through those things. I've been through some other things that were out there with other people, just kind of putting all the pieces together to help me come up with my own system that was best for me. And I found it. I was able to actually, and you'll see it in the numbers that should flash across, but I was able to find a system where I would give first. I didn't say I was asking for the sale. I wasn't trying to convince anybody of anything, but I had a system that would allow me to be a giver first. And by me giving first, people felt that I wasn't trying to hurt them. I wasn't trying to make a quick sale, but I was sincere, and I was trying to help their families, and I was trying to make their lives better. And so the system that I have, if you're not a slick salesperson, if you are that kind of person, exit off the website now. I don't even want to think about trying to talk to you and work with you. I don't have time for that. But if you're a person that you really want to help the community, you really want to help families, you really want to make a difference, that's how I went from doing final expense business to being actually nominated and receiving the Spirit of Excellence Award through the YMCA. I was actually shaking hands with the CEO. You'll see that picture from the YMCA. I've actually been called by various different churches to come and talk to their youth organizations. I'm talking constantly to youth organizations at school. I have an after school care program called Link. They want me to actually come in, and they've already booked me to speak for January, February, March, April, and May to all the families about financial planning and helping their kids with college planning. The opportunities are endless. I've actually been called by one of the people that actually head up our whole district for the school board to be able to come in and talk to those kids about a pilot program that they just created about college planning. People are now coming to see me and want me to give my expertise and my knowledge to help them out. And what is that doing? That's causing me to have referrals. That's putting me in a position where I can now be a financial advisor instead of a slick salesperson. If you want to start 2015 and actually build a business, if you want to take your life to the next level, I beg of you to put your name and email address in, and I'll show you my system.